So my Reddit is linked down below for all the evidence picked up during investigations, as well as just what the fuck's going on. But yeah, that's there. Words are hard today. We're going into the class trial with what I'm hoping is sufficient evidence that Kiyo did it. You never fucking know though, because Kiyo is a little piece of shit. Basically, let me pull it up real quick. Actually, I can do this. I can do this. I know what I'm doing. Angie died at 2 a.m. She was stabbed in the back of the neck. I can't explain how that murder happened, but the clues that lead to Kiyo are the katana that was used. It was coated in gold leaf that flakes extremely easily. We learned this the day before when Kokichi touched the blade in Kiyo's lab, and Kiyo threw a fucking fit, and then put it back. So I'm thinking that he could use that as a, like, well, like, Kokichi and I both have gold leaf on our hands. How do you know that that's a piece of evidence? So the katana itself, which was the murder weapon of the first murder, leads to him. Technically in the game it said, like, there could be two different murderers, but only the first murderer will be the blackened. I don't believe there's two murderers. I believe they were both Kiyo. As we were investigating the murder of Angie, Kiyo was conducting the caged child seance. And that whole, like, thing with, like, the caged child seance was set up so perfectly that if it isn't Kiyo, I'm gonna throw a fucking fit. Because, like, everything was just set up so perfectly, and the only person who would know the details of it would be Kiyo. So I can and will throw an absolute fucking fit if it's not him. So let us stop the Kid Rock in the background. Also a good song. I would like to thoroughly apologize for being so Ohio today. I'm just feeling a little bit nostalgic, you know? Like, I was raised on this music, and I was really feeling it. Okay, that should be loud enough. But yeah, let us begin the class trial. I don't think I need any other skills. I think I should be good there. Oh shit, I have to actually let you guys see what's going on in order to do that. There we go. That's better. It's time. Let's begin the class trial. I brought my dinner with me, so don't mind minor eating sounds.
Ahem. Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial.
No, we don't need this. We
During
already
the
did that.
trial, you'll vote correctly. I'll punish everyone also. Now,
This is like the third time we've gone through this.
Sorry, everyone. I don't think I'm going to be much help this time.
You weren't much help last time.
Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
His disruptions,
I can tell
okay.
Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman.
I love that.
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
Okay.
Who did it?
More ranch.
Who killed Angie and Tenko?
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment.
Threatening.
There may be two killers.
No, false.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
No. Don't believe that.
What do you mean?
The transfer student.
Shut the fuck up.
Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
No, because the ritual wasn't completed.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on.
You're right. Is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? No. Well, in the interest of being thorough, I should clear things up here. It's not possible. Monokuma file, effigies, and
This crime was
Necronomicon.
committed by the recently deceased.
False.
They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No, they didn't.
Oh!
Shut the fuck up, Kaito.
So, ritual did work?
This one, no. Did not.
That's wrong!
Did not work.
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded.
Actually, before we get too far into this, I am going to... I feel like that would be a really cool, like, compilation if I started putting those on TikTok, so you guys get to deal with the cracking of... Today it's a Mountain Dew. Normally it's a Monster. Anyways.
According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
You sure fucking do. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution, be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
Why Rantaro specifically?
I guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
I mean, they could, though.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand.
What the fuck?
Sure,
What do you mean?
everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
But it's true. I never lie about motives.
You never lie in
Daddy
general.
said so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Move this to the side so y'all
Monodum is still
don't wrong me.
alive, though.
So it's not covering their text.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on
Okay.
Monodum's corpse.
That way it's not covering their
Oh?
text.
So resurrecting the dead was actually possible this whole time?
Yes.
There's
Just
no
in this
way
game.
it's possible.
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who? Who did it?
Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this. I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
For once, I agree with you.
What? Why?
So much.
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
Hello! Art lab front door,
The culprit
Kokichi's
used a katana to kill Angie,
lockpicking.
and it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But
I think he's
anyone
suspicious
could have taken
anyways.
that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
He did
I
care
did
about
not
it, yeah.
care about some katana.
Just admit it, you
What do you mean?
shit-eating worm.
Mood, me
You
too.
went to the classroom, broke in.
Oh shit. No. Ah, wrong one. My
Ugh.
bad. Yeah, I am at the I'm at the start of the third class
The culprit
trial.
used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kiyo's research lab.
Yeah.
Which
we know
makes
that.
you, Kiyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kiyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in, and murdered the fuck out of Angie!
No.
I'm a
Miss.
fucking genius!
It does. Okay, so it doesn't really fit that case. Oh, that's exciting that you've done all the class trials. This is my first playthrough. I have heavy suspicions that it's Kiyo, like heavy suspicions, but I haven't actually played through. So the evidence we have, clearly Kiyo like didn't use Kokichi's lockpicking. And the one that do I have to agree with this one?
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kiyo's research lab.
I'm gonna try using the front door
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
against the break-in thing.
You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kiyo. I did not care about some katana. Just admit it, you shitty worm. You went to the classroom, broke in.
No. No, she wouldn't have, though. She wouldn't have let him in. He wasn't a part of the student council.
Oh no!
You shut the fuck up. I don't know.
The culprit used a katana to
What is Samugi's account? Angie locked. Oh shit.
kill
Okay.
Angie.
I'm just a fool and was using the wrong evidence. Okay. I'm just an absolute dumbass.
You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kiyo. I did not care about some katana. Just admit it, you shitty worm. You went to the classroom, broke in, and murdered the
Oh,
fuck
shit.
out of
I
Angie.
fucked up. I missed it. Oh, my bad.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kiyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kiyo, suspicious. But anyone could have taken that katana, you see. So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were
I
the only one who
hate that
cared
I
about
can't
thing,
like
Kiyo.
rewind
I
the
did not care
argument.
about some katana. Just admit it, you shitty worm. You went to the classroom, broke in.
There we go.
That's wrong!
There we go. Fucking mood. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Kiyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab.
I'm doing good today, Lucifer. How are you doing? Yeah, and I don't like Mew. Like, I liked Mew at the beginning, but she's become so just annoying to me. So I totally agree with that. But anyways.
Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Samugi did point out that we
Yeah.
can't do that.
Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab, she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kiyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Kiyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
Yeah, the heat's kind of killer right now, Lucifer. Like, it's so hot just in Ohio in general right now.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I don't think so. I still think it was Kiyo.
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
You just got it wrong, Mew. It's
Oh,
fine.
How clever.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Sumugi, and Himiko.
I have a love-hate relationship with Kokichi. Like, he reminds me so much of Komeda, and Komeda was my favorite of the last game. But at the same time, like, he's kind of a little bit annoying. So, like, a love-hate relationship. He's a pretty good
Well,
character
it can't
so
be
far.
Himiko. She was besties with Angie. I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
Oh my god, you're right. Her existence is a mistake.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
That is much worse heat than in Ohio right now. I hope you are, like, staying good in some air conditioning over there, Lucifer, because hundreds, I can't even imagine. A dry 100s? Oh my god, that's too hot. And I thought 80s here was bad.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot ain't people, Jack!
Shut the fuck up.
I will
Nobody
let
cares.
that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
Whatevs, the culprit should confess already. Gonta, Keyboy, or Tsumugi? Well...
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
Gonta is an innocent boy.
Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
No.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
Gonta is too sweet and innocent to ever murder anybody, and if he turns out to be a murderer, I will scream. I will just throw hands with the entirety of Spike Chunsoft.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez.
Gonta
I'm not the culprit.
Not the culprit.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I hate this part. The panic debate. Kokichi, Necronomicon.
You must consider other
Before we get too far, Lucifer, I know you're like me. You might want to tune out for the mass panic debate, because, like, this is too much for me to handle. My brain tries to, like, tune into all 3 of them at the same time. It is a lot. But it doesn't last super long, so it shouldn't be too bad for you. Hopefully. Ooh, we hate that. Main house AC broke. That's not good. Anyways,
Possibilities.
Kokichi's off.
Surely there must be suspects
Gonta would
outside the
not
student
betray
council.
student council.
You right, you wouldn't.
That's utterly impossible.
For last night?
A dead chick
Not just
can't be the
anyone can open
culprit!
that door.
Friends.
Why?
Only
Much
student
better
council
than
members
being
had
out
access.
Look, I
Maybe
don't know
there?
who the culprit is.
No. Wrong. I hate...
Oh no!
Hold on.
You must consider other
gentlemen.
possibilities.
So much.
Surely there must be suspects
Gentlemen,
outside the
not
student
betray
council.
student
That's
Eddie, you
utterly
have an alibi
impossible.
For last night?
A dead chick
Not just
can't be the
anyone can open to
culprit!
bug friends.
Why?
Only
Much
student
better
council
than being
members
out
had
too late
access.
at night.
Look, I don't know who the
Ask
I
culprit
didn't know
Bug friends if
robots
Kyo
told such
doubt
boring
Gonta.
lies.
but it's definitely not
I
me.
can't
Is that a robophobic
question.
remark?
Fucking mood. Me too, Kibo. I don't know. Is it? There were several suspicious statements, but the most obviously inconsistent is Kokichi's. So Kokichi is the one that I have to argue against, and his argument was nobody being let in. Oh, the
must consider
used
other
against that. Fuck that.
Sure, there must be suspects outside the student council!
That's
Alibi
possible.
for last night?
A dead chick
Not just
can't be the
anyone can open
culprit!
that
Bug
door.
friends.
Why?
Only
Much
student
better.
council members.
I legitimately just missed the
Look,
shot.
I don't know who the
Ask
I
culprit
didn't know
Bug
is.
friends
robots
if Kyo
told such
doubt
boring
Gonta.
lies.
Heard it!
I barely hit it. I barely hit it, but I got it. Oh my god. I
No,
want,
it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
I want you to get to chapter 4. You will be so sad. This will be honestly, like, I've heard like a lot of people say that I would be really sad at this game versus like the second game that I played, like just with my friends. All my friends, as soon as I finished that game, was like, you need to play game 3. You will absolutely die. So I'm kind of excited. That's why I wanted to like go into this blind. I haven't done any like spoilers or anything. I don't even know the background of this game because I wanted the full experience.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was already sad at chapter 1.
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it. but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Kokichi was my other suspect. I was down between Kokichi and Kiyo. So it was Tenko that really like changed the tide for me. We have mobile and Windows AC, but even those aren't doing much. Ooh, that sucks. So I don't get why it's staying my... There's no AC in there. That's true. You don't want to overheat yourself. Kokichi is too bad. Kokichi is an absolute just clown, and like... I kind of love that for him. Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. And then he picked it. There, open says me.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
God. I don't think you did.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Yeah. I think that is what he's doing, Maki.
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed Angie.
Hold the... Go back. The fact that you just said that, I don't believe you, because you're a pathological liar. Is Kiyo a girl or a guy? Can you guess? Well, Kiyo's been very much presented as a guy, so just the fact that you're asking that, I'm gonna say that Kiyo's actually a girl. However, Kiyo's been very much, like, portrayed as a guy so far, so we'll have to see. Anyways, I don't trust you, Kokichi. I don't, like, you are immediately off my suspect list now that you said that. Oh, I bet your cosplay looks like it's a warm cosplay.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie.
I don't think so. I think that's wrong.
The culprit was me, all along.
False.
What?
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Nah, no joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins.
You don't believe in that you
And
sin.
it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Fucking sarcastic ass.
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, Gonta. No, sweetheart.
He's lying. I think. Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
Hell ye.
No,
Kick his ass, Shuichi.
definitely not a lie. I killed Angie. Shouldn't you
don't think
guys
so.
believe the culprit when they confess?
If it was anybody but you, yes.
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
I mean, to be fair with the whole he's too cool to die so fast thing, Rantaro was the first death. So I don't think that really applies in these games. He's too big of a clown to die fast. Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
No, I'm pretty sure they went out through the back.
What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Yeah.
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room.
No, he used the sliding lock in the back of the room.
They used a different method.
What different method?
The back door.
Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
Why don't you use your big boy voice? Rude.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was...
The rear door.
That's it!
Because it had gold leaf on it.
The back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes?
Why don't
How
you
was
use
it
your
locked
brain?
from
Oh,
the
wait,
outside?
You don't have one. Fucking true. Mew doesn't have a brain. Mew just hops from one brain cell to the other without them ever connecting.
The culprit used a certain tool.
What? Oh no. Oh, I suck at this game. Fuck. Oh, hi. Ooh, ooh, oh, that's what I need to uncover. Oh, oh, that's not good. Whatever. No, that's just the sheath. I don't need the sheath. Fuck the sheath. Do I need the sheath? Is that what we're getting at? I don't... Okay, never mind. There is. Oh shit, yeah. Oh. Was it? Is it? No. I'm a fool. It was the katana itself. Okay. I'm just an idiot. That's fine. Nice.
I see it. The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's effigy.
No, so the first class trial, Lucifer, we actually, like, the protagonist we were playing as was the killer. So that trope was actually used this game. So I don't think they'd use it again, just because Danganronpa's so weird. But no, we actually killed them the first time. Yeah, I did say I was really bad at that game. The mine game, I'm horrific at.
The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
I do honestly see where I have a lot of, like, vocal similarities with Miu, which is why I liked her at first, and then we got further into the game, and now she just annoys me so much.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock because...
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it.
Yup.
The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Oh, no, I think I said rude, but, you know, same thing. Well, similar sounding words, you know. It happens. People don't know what to put Rantaro ultimate power, so they killed him first. There would be no need for this guy. A mood. I can see that. I also just think that they like to kill the coolest characters first. Because that's what they did with Leon in the first game, too.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Well, that puts it in a canonical timeline.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right?
Cool characters always die first.
But wait, how did they move it with a katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself.
See, this is... So when I was going through the investigation, that's the first thing that I thought, is that they used the katana to lock the door in the back. But I couldn't figure out how it was done. I think that's a piece of evidence that they just didn't give us in the investigation.
It was an odd setup after all.
Sure
the
was.
katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigy's hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
No, there was no need for the wax effigies to be upside down.
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
I would cry. That would be my first reaction, is I would cry. The second reaction is I was probably rage quit the game.
If it was not part of
But
the
honestly,
ritual, then it must have been for a different
cry.
purpose, right?
A different purpose? What could that have been? I don't fucking know. The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of that setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should be clear. You'd think so. However, I only have one brain cell. Oh, I forget how this game works. Hold on. It's that button, okay. Another game that I'm absolutely terrible at is GTA, so I think you know where this is gonna go. Who turned the what turned the handle? I don't fucking know. Okay, am I allowed to go away from the wall now? Please? Thank you. I don't know the answer to this. The effigy's hand or the katana's... I would say the katana's hilt. Because that's where the gold leaf came from, right? Just swerving back and forth on the road. They really didn't make this part hard. Oh, I guess they did make this part hard. Never mind, I lied. My bad. Shit. What was done to make the katana turn the lock? Oh. Sliding lock was tampered with. Katana. This? Okay. That doesn't answer the question, though. The katana being stabbed into the effigy does not answer the question of, like, how it did the lock. And I mean, I do believe I said at the beginning of this game I have maybe one brain cell. Not the smartest here. College degree? Yeah, forget that. My college degree means nothing in this instance. Ow. Okay. How was the effigy manipulated to make the katana affect the lock? I hope this one's really easy to answer too. Like, honestly, like, I hope this one's just... Oh shit, there's three. Swinging it back and forth is literally the only I'm a liar. It's not literally the only one that makes sense, okay? Oh, what the fuck? Spinning it? Spinning it? False. I refuse to accept that. That's ridiculous. Spinning it?
That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy.
Yeah, brain cells don't work.
Was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy
spun? Yeah, Gonta, we're on the same page here.
That's right.
What the fuck?
If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist. Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way.
Okay, that makes sense.
And of course, the katana would spin with it.
That's like elementary school swing physics.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place?
The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked. By using the effigy with the katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us. Oh, but could
I
it have
guess.
moved the slide lock so easily?
Yes.
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Which is why the
I'm
culprit
making an
chose to strike at nighttime
executive
as to
decision.
avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Making an executive decision, Lucifer. You and I are back to be the only ones here. Because they said they were 10, and I don't want any minors in my chat, especially ones that are calling me stupid. Because I know I'm not that smart, but I don't want to be called stupid by them. Anyways, back, yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime. That's what they did.
Are you saying it's the student council's fault?
Kind of.
I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up, so we'd think it was some kind of ceremony.
So they have to be 13 to be on Twitter. Okay, that makes more sense and makes me feel even better about it. I have just kind of made like the executive decision right here, right now that I'm uncomfortable with anybody really under 18 because I swear a lot and there's a lot of like suggestive content in this game. But yeah. Okay, that makes me feel better. Thank you.
That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed.
He absolutely could have.
I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I
So
can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
That also makes a lot more sense as to why their favorite character was Kokichi, because Kokichi reminds me of a prepubescent child. That makes sense. Like, Kokichi and I have a love-hate relationship. He reminds me of my favorite character from the previous game, but he's so childish. So that makes sense. Anyways.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Yeah.
Cough it up, Kokichi!
That's how he do.
Oh, man. You guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
God, I wish you were.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
I want to
Seems
say
like
I'm
it.
lying, but I'm not.
He sounds resigned enough to be
Why
telling
did
the
you
truth.
say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out.
What
If
kind
I
of reverse
claimed to be the
psychology?
culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me?
What kind of reverse psychology bullshit is that? That doesn't work in this game. That's an easy way to let the culprit win. Because if we had voted for Kokichi and he wasn't the culprit, the Blackened wins. The Blackened gets out. Like, they live. Everybody else dies, they live, they go back into society. So, like, that's bullshit, Kokichi. You're sus. You're sus.
And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious.
Not really.
Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
To get us all killed? Yeah, I did. I didn't want us all killed.
You and your fucking lies!
Go sit in the corner and play with yourself.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start right now.
Gross.
All right. So, who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
I still think it's Kiyo.
You. I can't hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter, since anyone could have done it.
And this is why we don't let children in here.
Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Cum dumpster! Finally!
Like
Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
What do you mean, finally? Is this like what you've been waiting for this entire game? That is oddly specific, Mew. Oddly specific. Why? Why?
What should we talk about now?
We must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab.
Thank you, Kiyo, for getting
Only
the topic
one of the
away from
student
there.
council members or Kokichi could have gained entry.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
Not
That leaves us
necessarily.
with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council.
Not necessarily, because I definitely still think Kiyo did it. And I think the way that Kiyo was able to get into the lab is he's been particularly, like, neutral in this whole student council thing. So I think that he was able to, like, go to Angie's lab and be like, Angie, I want to talk about, like, joining the student council, and she would have let him in.
Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
Yeah, she is.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
I forgot you had that function, Kibo.
It's fine. That's just a waste of time.
It is. It sure is.
Me? A suspect?
I don't think so.
I'd never kill Angie!
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next?
So I think they're going to keep pursuing Himiko as the suspect because she suspiciously marks off, like, all of the evidence for both murders. But I think it was set up that we would blame her, and then, like, she would get voted and Kiyo would win the game, essentially. So
I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
yeah, shut the fuck up,
Silence,
Kokichi.
outsider. Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
Outsider?
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
They should. However,
We might
outsider's a
catch
little
them with their
harsh.
pants down!
I don't think you will.
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers. What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well,
What?
guys, I want to hear what you think.
Literally anything they say now will not get him off the suspect
That's
list.
sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta
Sure
not
is.
smart enough to know answer to that.
It's okay, Gonta, sweetie. You don't.
Yes,
You're not
It
suspect.
is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
Gonta's already
They
innocent.
don't trust you one bit,
can
and I
prove.
don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Because that was supposed to be the original murder, not Angie. I bet you. It was so planned out that was supposed to be it.
to Angie too, but can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
Oh, fuck you, Kokichi.
What do you mean?
The two victims
Rude.
could have been killed by two separate murderers, you know.
Yeah, but they weren't.
So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. We gotta
was
figure
supposed to be
out who
Tenko.
killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless.
Not true.
Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
Thank you, Himiko. Himiko?
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you! Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her?
The way that everything was set up for Tenko's murder, I fully believe that the first victim was supposed to be the victim of the seance. Like, that one was set up so well that that is what was supposed to happen. And then Kiyo realized that we're not going to do the seance. Nobody wanted to do the seance. So he killed Angie and then went, we could use the seance to talk to Angie's spirit. And that's when he was able to, like, conduct the murder that he wanted to do. So fully believe that the seance murder was supposed to happen first.
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Shut the fuck up, Kokichi. You're a liar.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS.
No, it's not. You're total BS.
You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced
I guess that makes
Tenko,
sense.
worked things out with her while she was still alive. But now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously. It's way too late to realize that now.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Kaido. Nobody likes you either.
Our only option is to face her death head on.
Stop being so brash.
Yeah. Face her death?
You gotta treat the baby with some kindness.
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito!
Okay.
Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless.
Please put it on Kokichi.
Name of
Please.
the curse is Death Curse!
I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
You right, Samugi.
Listen up! All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run! I won't forgive something so messed up!
Okay.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta want to know why she died too.
Well, I have all the
I
answers to that
already
one.
told you, that's so unnecessary.
It's
We're
really
getting
not, though, Kokichi.
sidetracked here.
No, we're not.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever.
I wouldn't go that far.
Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Okay. Kaido.
Finally, you noticed.
Shut the
Jeez,
fuck
you're
up,
so
Kokichi. Nobody
slow.
likes you. Gotta hate him.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Thank you, Maki.
Let
Shut
us
him
talk
up.
about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
maybe.
A big clue to say that you're the culprit, Kiyo. They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So, what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Okay.
Tencrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Yes, especially Kiyo.
Tencrotch?
Mood. The people who attended the seance were Korekiyo, Shuichi, Himiko, and Kokichi.
That's it!
Which makes me
It was me, Kiyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
a suspect.
So those 4 are the culprits!
All 4 of them?
Himiko's still culprit?
No. No, she's not. But she's gonna be set
Well,
up as
that's
one.
probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the 4 is really... Kiyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
Hell yeah!
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes?
But explaining it beforehand does not give the murderer enough time or enough knowledge of the seance to perfectly cut part of the floor so that they could crawl under and execute that murder. Like, that does not give them enough time to do that. And we would have heard a saw down there if that was the case. And we did not hear a saw. We did not hear the floor being destroyed. So I think that's a you problem, Kiyo.
If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
No.
Well,
I didn't know until literally we
suppose,
were conducting
but-
it.
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
Which is why the floor was prepared in all 3 of the empty rooms. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this. Very well, I shall begin the preparations at once.
Oh, right.
Also,
You set
we
it
should
up
not
so that
limit our
any room we
suspects
were in.
to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
How the fuck do you know that? Point of entry from outside he must be referring to.
Oh no!
Hold on. Hold on, I clicked the wrong one.
There!
There we go. Got it the second time. That's fine.
You're talking about under the floor, right?
Sure did.
Huh? Under the floor?
Where we were crawling
Yes,
around.
there's a crawl space under the floor a person could move through.
Mm-hmm. Right up
There was
underneath
also
where
a
the
hole
body
that
was.
connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Is there?
Another suspect? Who?
Kibo.
It's appearing before me.
Oh, is it, Mr. Murderer?
Ooh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
It's you. Nothing will be able to convince me otherwise at this point. Loose floorboard, Kibo's flashlight
The
function,
culprit
hole in
sneaked
corner.
in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Oh, shit.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Damn it. I was trying to agree with that. I'm gonna start over again.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance.
Sure was.
How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Oh no, that's a good
Because
question.
it wasn't dark under the floor.
It was.
You see, our villain had a light.
Did they?
Light? You mean candle?
No.
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now, hold on a second.
Aw.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance!
We would have had light
I
come up from the
said,
corner.
hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
No, he didn't.
Hold on a second.
With his flashlight function on. Okay. But thinking about that room, I don't think it would be possible to use light under
The
the floor.
culprit sneaked in during the seance.
You're right, they wouldn't
By
have been able
crawling
to.
under the floor. Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
You see, our villain had a light. Light? You mean...
Candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh?
No,
Damn it.
Hold on a second.
I think I missed it.
Under the floor.
Nope, that's not the one I need to argue with. Okay.
Damn it!
Hold on, I know which one I need to argue
The culprit
now.
sneaked
In during the seance. By crawling under the floor.
It's black during the seance. How could they even...
Under the floor.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
It was, though.
You see, our villain had a light. That's wrong!
No, they didn't. Because there was a hole in the corner. We would have seen it if they had a light.
I don't think the culprit could have used a light while under the floor.
Uh-huh.
There was a hole in the corner of the room.
Mm-hmm.
If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
But when we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
It sure was.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
I mean, we could claim it, but we
Jeez,
don't think it is.
Here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
Rude.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot.
That's robophobic.
My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
Way to sing your praises, Kibo. I'm so glad that you're the ultimate robot because of your somewhat poor vision and average physical strength and intelligence. I'm so glad that's what got you the title of ultimate robot. Like, you're so great.
All right. You made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
As you should.
I neither want nor need your pity.
As he turns
Enough
on
with
flashlight.
the flashlight! It's way too bright!
Mood.
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Wait, why does Angie, out of everybody, get a halo and wings instead of an X over her face? Like, that's an oddly specific religious statement there.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny?
Why are all the X's different on the pictures?
Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Shut the fuck up. Be nice to him.
Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that. That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
That's another throwback to the first game. No, not the first game. The second game. I'm a liar. The first murder of the second game was supposed to be done by Komeda. And he had marked out, like he duct taped a knife to the bottom of a table in like a party. He did a whole blackout thing so nobody could see where they were going, right? And put like a glow in the dark substance, I forget what it was, over like where the knife was duct taped to the bottom of the table so that he could like fumble his way to the table, lift up like the table skirt and see the knife because there was glow in the dark goo on it. Anyway, that's what the throwback is that Monokuma's talking about.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the
It was.
culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead
This
of
is literally
butting
how
our
the
heads
murder was
against this,
conducted.
how about we concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
We were only given an approximate
When?
time.
So not during seance?
Yes, during seance, but when
Tenko
during
was
seance?
in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she?
She was
How could someone have gotten to her there?
under the floor. We just said
Maybe
that.
the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
No, she responded before that.
That's not possible. She was alive at that
She
point.
responded after that. At this point, this is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. At the next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word till the seance is over. She responded to that statement. So, like, she was alive then.
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
So
Then
impossible.
she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
A different time?
I don't think so.
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
Why don't you just keep your mouth shut then, Mew?
Huh? Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think!
Why don't
If
you
wanna
hurry
make
up and
my
think?
golden brain tingle? Start circle jerking your limp dick brains!
Gross. Don't circle jerk your brains. That doesn't sound fun. Iron
When
Cage,
Tenko got
wait, she dog statue.
It wasn't during the seance.
Yeah, it was.
It could not have been done at any other time.
True, Kyo.
She was under the cage the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
She was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
Ooh, like that.
When
Why are
cage
you like
lifted,
this, Mew?
culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
No.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
Himiko?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit!
No.
There's no doubt!
No! Why are you like this? Yeah, I don't know why I said man chicken. I think it's set up to put a random, emote on the, like, lurk command. And for some reason it decided man chicken, but that's not an emote, so I don't know what's going on. But anyways, impossible. She couldn't have, killed when the cage was opened. I'll prove it. The
When
white sheet.
Tenko got killed,
The white sheet.
It wasn't during the seance. It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. She was dead when the cage was lifted. What about moment cage was lifted?
No.
like
When cage
I
was
think I
lifted,
missed it. I think that's the
So
statement I was
fast,
supposed
no
to do.
one saw.
So who lifted the cage?
Himiko did.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
No. I missed it. Okay, I gotta go back again.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance. It could not have been done at any other time. She was
Under the cage the whole time.
She was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
That's wrong!
Yeah, like I put my own personal message too, but I thought the
it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted.
I thought the like random emote was cool. I don't know. I thought it sounded cool, but I like wrote the message, you know. But I'll have to alter it. Figure out what man chicken is.
Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it.
It sure did, and there was no hole in it.
That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted.
By Kiyo.
If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
Uh-huh.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Shut the fuck up, Mew. Nobody likes you.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
Oh, how? How is it wrong?
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
I don't think your brain's gold. What blades do I have? Marker stone, loose floorboard,
Tenko
iron
died
cage.
after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the... And that clean white sheet got stained blood red!
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit, and that's none other than Kiyo!
Yeah, I know where the hole is, and it's the marker stone. I just didn't get there quick enough.
If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
I'll cut through your words.
She kinda wasn't, though. She had her head on the marker stone.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage.
She was in a turtle position. Like a fetal position.
She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Mm-hmm.
Then I messed up again?
Of course you did.
How could this happen? I am
You're
so
a mistake.
embarrassed.
Be embarrassed.
No
You're
worries,
wrong.
Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
For once, I agree with you, Kokichi.
Yeah, no worries.
No, Gonta.
How embarrassing!
Gonta, don't be
If
mean.
Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
And it wasn't.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
But it is from under the floor.
For a living person.
You're gonna accuse Kibo again?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
Even worse. Even worse.
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
Not at all.
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
But it is.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
No.
Why?
Himiko?
That's a fucking mood. Honestly, like, you do what you gotta do, Rucifer. Burnt pizza is the worst.
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
It
What
wouldn't.
if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
That would be dope.
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
That would still be dope, though.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Gladly.
See? You can't explain, can you?
I can,
Only
but they
a
won't give me
spirit
a
could have done it.
chance.
I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
That's even worse. What the fuck?
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
You dumbass.
No, if there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I agree with
noticed.
Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
Well, okay. You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Honestly,
Maybe the
there was
culprit
plenty of
wouldn't
room.
need to hide in the first place.
What?
What do you mean?
Also, the culprit
What do you
could
mean?
have killed her in the
What's-
cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
No, I don't. Explain. The they she's referring to. Kyo? No. Who could have killed Tenko inside the cage at any time? Tenko could have killed... I don't get you. You're really narrow-minded for a detective. That's because I don't have any brain cells. Shut the fuck up. Tenko could have killed Tenko? Tenko didn't kill Tenko.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
Why?
What did you say?
Are you saying Tenko is the culprit? She committed suicide.
Did she?
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out.
It would fall in line with the patterns
She
of the game.
volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance. It
No.
wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right?
No, it was Kyo.
If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Yeah. For once, I agree with you, Mew.
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Yes, she did, Kokichi.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed.
No.
After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
But how would she... She didn't set up
So
the
she took
seance.
off
How
the
would she know?
floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
How would she know which floorboard was loose?
That makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
I wouldn't say they were fighting for her attention. Hey, Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
I don't think so.
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
It
She
would be
wanted to
blamed.
hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right?
No?
It's to take us down with her.
Gross.
Take us down?
To
She
Browntown?
wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial. So she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her.
I don't think she's smart
Okay,
enough to do
well,
that.
she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
That's not a but
What
still
are you
statement.
saying? Tenko wasn't like that.
No, she wasn't.
She told me.
Did she? Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
She's not a liar like you, Kokichi.
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other?
As much
People
as you
keep all
can.
sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer.
As much as we can with
Is it
amnesia.
wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Not really.
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
Are you sure he's the one who's
All
naive,
just
Kaito?
people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Maki Roll.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Mood.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
No, you're the one who wanted this.
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree.
Everybody
No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
I do find it really funny that the most naive character is calling Kokichi naive. However, of course, of course you don't come from a similar background, Kokichi. Seeing as you are literally the ultimate dictator, you kind of have unique circumstances.
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her.
So do it.
She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Okay.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
Not really.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
You're only digging your own grave, Kyo.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Good
Yes,
question.
there is. Will you trust me, Maki?
No.
If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like.
Okay, I will.
But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
It's not really good detective work. I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance. She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that, and if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. Into another non-stop debate? What do we got this time? Do I have to lie? I hope not. Monokuma file cage child
So far,
Tenko's last
suicide
moment.
seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
No. Oh, fuck. Wrong statement.
I was wrong!
Shut the fuck up.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
No.
So she hid her true intentions.
False.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Oh, that sentence
Finally,
stabbed
with the
itself.
last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
No, they don't. Everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching on to the easiest answer. So she wouldn't have had the strength to throw away the sickle. I have to lie.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
So she hid her true intentions.
I do have to lie. I hate lying in this game. I
how she
hate
died
the
during the
perjury
seance.
thing.
She could have secretly brought the sickle.
And then stabbed herself with it!
Finally, with the last of her strength.
I'll reveal the truth.
Perjury. Ugh, fucking hate that.
Tenko couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor. because she died instantly.
No, she didn't.
Instantly?
Mm-mm. God damn it, now we're relying on Maki to lie for us, too. Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Are you gonna back me up?
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail.
God damn it.
Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe
liars.
everything she said.
Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary.
Shuichi in that moment's like, you don't need to make her apologize to me. That's my lie that I made up. Don't make me do this. Don't make her apologize on top of lying for me.
Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Yeah.
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way.
But we can.
We're gonna figure it out.
You guys just
Did
don't
any
want
of
to
the
hear it.
participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
There was a thunk.
If you know something,
There was a
please
thunk.
speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
The thunk. Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. The thunk.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
There
Yeah,
is
the thump.
something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
It wasn't perfect though
Now that
because
I
of the
think
thunk.
about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
Hell
I
yeah.
agree.
The thunk. Except it didn't fall. It was just a
Himiko,
thunk.
You think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
Yeah. That crashing sound.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard.
Like the iron
Could have
cage.
fallen down.
The iron cage that was lifted up by the
Fallen
floorboard.
down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
No, but the iron cage.
Yeah. Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but
The
The
sound
iron
was
cage.
pretty loud.
It was the iron cage.
It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
Mm-hmm. A loud sound like something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound had something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. The fucking... where's it at? The loose floorboard.
This is it!
The floorboard was lifted up,
I
and
think
the iron cage
floorboard coming off had something
moved.
to do with that sound.
Mm-hmm.
That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
Yes.
would the floorboard have made such a loud sound though?
No, but the iron cage
It was
on
the
top.
sound of an intense impact.
Why are they all so stupid?
If the impact was that intense, Then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There would have to be a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be?
All right, then. Let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Okay. Another non-stop... Oh my god, how many non-stop debates are there in this one? Sound during seance, magic circle,
So
cross
what made
piece
the
under floor.
floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That
Tore off
wouldn't
the
make such a
floorboard? No.
loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No, we saw it.
But that
Propped
statue
up.
was still on top of the cage.
Yeah.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
But
Okay.
we already said there was no one under the floor.
But there
Someone
was.
must have stomped through the floorboard.
Ah, god damn it.
I agree.
I do agree with that statement, though.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
Uh-huh.
But floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off.
Oh!
After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
That was a piece of evidence that I was missing. I didn't understand how they were using the lever that they created there. And why the floorboard was longer than the cage. But now I get it. So the orientation is what I had wrong because of the way they were showing us this scene. So the end of the floorboard that's in the middle of the screen right now, that's the end with the dried blood, not with fresh blood. The fresh blood is on the other end of the plank, which means that Tenko's head was down there because that's where she was bleeding from, was her neck. So the end with the dried blood was the end that was sticking out of the iron cage. And because that's where the cross piece was cut off, Kiyo could have walked up to there, stomped, and levered it through that way. That's how the lever was done. Okay. I know how this works now. That was like the one piece I was missing because I'm really bad at perspectives.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand
Why
to gain
indeed?
by cutting the cross piece?
Murder. Would they stand to gain? That's the question. Murder. To solve this case, I'll need to think carefully about the cross piece and the floorboard. Yeah, okay, so that's what I was showing, is that, like, this part here where they're gonna illustrate it for us. Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard, and the cross piece that had been cut was on the other end of the loose floorboard. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Only one of the cross pieces was cut. The other two were intact, making a lever. One of them was right under Tenko, and the other was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Think, come on, think. Oh, god damn it. Okay. I hate having to do this. However, Hangman's Gambit and my one singular brain cell don't mix. So I have to look up what it is. Hangman Gambit V3 Chapter 3. Okay, Chapter 3, non-stop debate, Psyche Taxi done, spot selection, rebuttal showdown, Hangman's Gambit, seesaw effect. Okay, I got this. I know what I'm doing. I don't know where the letters are anymore. Oh, that was a wrong letter. Is this an F? No. Is that an F? No. I think this is an F down here. No. Where are my Fs at? Okay, backup battery is at 19%. That's unfortunate. What the fuck? There we go. Seesaw effect. I know how to spell. I can spell rudimentary words.
That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
19% is pretty low battery percentage, unfortunately.
Yeah? A seesaw?
Yeah, like a teeter-totter.
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off.
Uh-huh.
The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage.
Like a lever.
Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever.
Yeah, it would. That's what I'm
lever
saying.
capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Her whole body lifted up?
Just a little side injection here. Sometimes I forget that being in the Midwest means I have a Midwest accent. And then I was presented with the fact that they called that a lever and not a lever. And I've never felt so betrayed in my life. Anyways.
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
That's what I don't understand.
Tenko like that, unless they use the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
Oh, okay, I don't understand where they're trying to go with this, but I think I'm going to try and put it together before they tell me. Did Kiyo, because he was the last one to see underneath the cloth, did he put the sickle? Oh, that's okay. Have a nice night, Lucifer. Did he put the sickle inside the cage? That way when he did the lever trick, it would, like, launch her into the sickle?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick,
is that what they're trying to get at?
The placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
Yeah. The floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. What conclusions can I draw from this? She was killed pretty close to the top of the cage. There's only one place a sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence.
That's it! The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down.
That is what they're trying to get at.
The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage.
Kiyo is the one who put down the fabric, and he literally just placed the sickle there before he put the fabric over top of it. And we wouldn't have questioned it because we were all busy doing other shit.
Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place.
Because that statue's so fucking heavy.
It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
Okay.
Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw,
it would launch her directly into the blade.
Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage. She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouched position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle, rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
And then it would have left the...
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
And it would have left the floorboard misplaced. That way, once everything was done, like we moved the statue out of the way, Kiyo was the one who removed the fabric, so he could have, at that time, moved the sickle, like grabbed it while he was grabbing the fabric and threw it underneath the floorboards.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
Homicide?
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's
Homicide?
fucking crazy!
That's
The
not
craziness
how
is
you
what really
pronounce
makes the
that.
killing game fun, you know? They
No, I
can't
don't
get
know.
away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Did Kiyo? Did he keep you entertained?
Well played, Himiko.
Wow! That's a harsh accusation. She's not heavy enough to do that.
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
No, she's not heavy enough to do that.
Huh? Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
No, she's not. You're capable too, dumbass.
Only one? Why's that?
Actually, you're more capable.
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
Like you did.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Which you did. You're the only...
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room.
Kiyo's presenting evidence that immediately makes him suspect. Because... like... Himiko chose the room. But based on evidence we have, that floorboard was cut in all 3 rooms. So all 3 rooms were prepared the same way in order to enact this plan. It could have been any room they were in. But most importantly, the piece of evidence that he's bringing forward that incriminates him is the fact that he's the one who had the entire seance memorized. None of us knew the layout of the magic circle or anything like that until we were shown it by Kiyo, which happened as we were doing the seance.
That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
Mm-hmm.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kiyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it. Then, she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
Not according to plan, my guy.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
No, she didn't.
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
No, she didn't.
Wait! We don't know that, right?
Yes.
He's
You're right,
wrong.
Gonta.
Right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Himiko would never kill Tenko,
No.
you're right.
Tenko? I killed Tenko?
No, you didn't.
Himiko?
We're not even at the
What's wrong,
halftime yet.
Himiko?
It is true that using the middle room was Himiko's idea. But does that mean Himiko really killed Tenko? No. What, would something like that really happen? Something so cruel? No, no one. I said we're not even at halftime, and now we're at halftime. What a coinky dink. I love that my captions can recognize coinky dink, but can't recognize the names in this game.
Well now.
Looks like we've reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our Guess the Victim quiz.
Yeah!
A victim quiz, not a culprit quiz. The only victims are the people who are still watching this drawn out, boring crap. You admit that it's drawn out and boring? This is literally your game, Monokuma. Or, that's Monotaro saying that, okay. Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden?
It's okay.
I'm sure everyone is happy. How do you know? They could all be skipping this entire conversation for all you know. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here. Me. Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time.
Absolutely right.
That's the right answer, Monodam. He hasn't said anything.
Hey,
Exactly, because there are no victims. Yep, even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Because then everyone mourns you, and you get tons of posthumous popularity.
Daddy!
You don't need to reveal these kind of behind-the-scenes details.
All right!
Dying makes you more popular. Then we gotta die soon, too. And now we're back to the class trial.
Ooh, this is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Ah! I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Logic does not compute.
Huh? Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious.
That doesn't sound scary at all.
No, not at all.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
You keep killing them, Monodam.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Now they're ignoring him.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not?
No.
Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Nope. Not what happened.
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Donkey Lips. Gross.
Wait. Must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
She's
then
not.
she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't
That's
care
fair.
if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
She's kind of catatonic
No.
right now.
I'm not listening.
What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive?
Originally, you were going to be the one dead.
You're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
This game gets really blah very easily, actually.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
She has. She just said that.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial!
God, you're so annoying.
Shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just a big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko!
You're right, she wouldn't.
Not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
Are you seriously saying she couldn't kill her because she's stupid?
Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, it's not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
Himiko, I know how you feel. I felt the same way after Kaede died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up for the sake of everyone who died. Another non-stop debate. Jeez.
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one, Himiko? Because you laid your trap there?
Was trap only in that room?
No, it wasn't.
Other rooms may be trapped too.
They were.
I agree.
All 3 rooms were trapped like that. All 3 rooms were prepared.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
Uh-huh.
What? Is that true?
Yes.
Kokichi will tell you.
Fucking pathological liar will tell us, okay.
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
Shut the fuck up, Kokichi. I guess there was no cross piece supporting this floorboard, so I kinda stepped through. What bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
Yes, same thing.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
And I bet you it was in the third one too.
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
They could let somebody else select
So
a
the
room.
real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
Like Kia was doing.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
I would like to say the specific look that Kyo had on his face directly before this line was the look of, oh shit, I fell into the trap. Oh no, I fell into the trap that I made. Anyways.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Uh-huh. I don't think it was Himiko. I actually know it's not Himiko.
Tenko told you?
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory.
You sure would. And we don't want that.
We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead.
God.
This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well.
Rantaro.
That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
Do we, though?
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If
I know I'm
gave
right.
up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore. I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Good.
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
That's fair.
Jeez, there you go. Killing the mood like usual.
It's what he
But
does best.
Damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul, bro.
Soul bro, you mean, lover?
Soul, bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
No.
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards...
Are you an expert,
Isn't it
though?
weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
No. No. Oh.
That is a good point.
No. That look on his face is very much like, thank God somebody gave me another out. No. No. Nobody would have stepped on the floorboard going into everything because of what I pointed out during the investigation. I pointed out that floorboard interrupted the circle, disturbed the circle. It destroyed the magic circle. It was part of the magic circle. And you know what Kiyo told us? Don't disturb the magic circle. It's made of salt. Salt moves easily. Do not fuck up the circle. So no. No, we wouldn't have found it beforehand.
It must have been barrier magic. Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Much easier. Why did no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Ah, that's it. That must be the reason. It was the magic circle.
This is it! It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
Yup. Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
Yep. That's right. If that's the case, then the culprit. There's no doubt in my mind they're the one who killed Tenko. Did you mean Kiyo? Only one person had the opportunity and the motive. Hell yeah! It's accused Kiyo time!
It has to be you!
It's gotta be Kiyo.
Kiyo. Was it you?
Uh-huh.
Whatever are you talking about?
You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, poor Kiyo.
About Tenko's murder.
Huh? Kiyo?
Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle.
Living up to the title right now.
The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed,
I would just like to say, I fucking knew it was Kiyo. To the point where, like, my title today is Trial 3 is underway. Who do you think did it, and why was it Kiyo? I knew from the get-go this was Korekiyo. I knew it.
variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder.
Uh-huh.
Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Which was Korekiyo.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
Oh, he's gonna go insane and have a new new animation.
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
He's an anthropologist.
But
What do you
if I
expect?
am the culprit, as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes?
Yes.
So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
You had the whole thing
I
memorized.
see. That is problem.
No, it's not, Gonta. Don't take his side.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
Yes, we can.
how can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
Because it's gonna go batshit insane when we actually get it right. The culprit stepped on that exact floorboard, even in the darkness, but how? How did they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right board. Although, even after I put out the candle, I could move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
Mm-hmm. That's it. The culprit didn't even have to see it all. They used... hearing, touch, smell, sixth sense.
That's it!
The salt lines
The
that go to the
culprit
center.
used touch. They didn't see, they felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
But Korekiyo has the magic circle memorized. He has that magic circle memorized like the back of his hand. He could have felt along the circle to see where he was going.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Uh-huh.
Were there any other markers within reach?
Salt.
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
There was salt. No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark they could have used to determine where the floorboard was. It must have been at the scene. I know it. Hangman's Gambit salt. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Hold on. Hold. Second Hangman's Gambit. Magic circle. Okay. I knew it. Okay. We're back. Fuck. Fuck. I didn't pay enough attention. There it is. Okay, now I need to wait for an R to come through. I need an RCLE. Oh shit. It's gotta be over here somewhere. LE, LE, where are the L's and the E's? Wrong one. That one. I can spell. I can't spell. I'm, in fact, illiterate.
That's it! The magic circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
Uh-huh.
I see. So Kiyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
He sure did.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
Yup.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
Can you prove that? What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
No, but he extended the lines.
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
No, but you could have, because you extended the lines to the corners.
The magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
You right, Himiko?
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
Yes.
Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
I see another piece of the puzzle. Drawing the circle with salt, all but guaranteed it would be temporary. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever. Kibo.
Everyone,
Kibo's coming
may I
here.
have your attention, please?
Kibo has a recording
What a pain.
option.
We don't have any way to check it now.
You do.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Fucking mood.
Hey, may I have your attention?
You have our attention. Kokichi's just talking
I said
over you.
cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
It's okay, Kibo. I forgive you.
I had Mew add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really?
Shouldn't you know that?
Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Hold the fuck up! Stop, you can't. I didn't install it for that purpose. She installed a sex cam. She... Oh my god! I can't with her! Oh my god, she installed a camera on Kibo. But she straight up said it's not for that purpose. She installed a sex cam.
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
Oh my god.
Image recording?
Yeah.
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try.
She installed a sex cam.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh my god, she installed a Polaroid!
From your mouth?
I've also used magic like that before.
No, you haven't, Himiko.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
He's literally a walking Polaroid
Okay,
camera.
Got it.
I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. So this is the magic circle used for the seance.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
The corners are extended. Notice anything? Yeah, I sure do.
There!
The
This helped a
extended
lot,
corners.
Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kiyo's lie.
My lie?
Perjury.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document.
That's
But
not the
that's
case.
a lie, isn't it? The magic
sure is.
circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners, which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
That's also probably why your seance failed, my guy.
Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Hey, where's my thanks? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
As a sex cam, you don't count.
Yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Explain yourself, Mew.
To be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health.
Yeah, your health.
Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds.
Gross.
You're what?
What the fuck?
Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality. Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan!
Quit talking about your poop. No one cares. Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
Yeah, he did. Oh, this is where he goes insane, right?
Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
No, they're not. You're just a sore
Since
loser.
You've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Unimportant.
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Okay. We've got marker stone, white sheet, dog statue.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit,
the only one directly related
then
to
what
Kyo
of the murder
is
weapon?
Oops.
It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
No. Nope.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
No,
the only
it
person
had to
who
have
could
been
have
him.
collected the sickle is Himiko.
False.
But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in
Nope.
regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'll cut through your words!
You did, though. You did.
The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth.
Uh-huh. Which Kyo did both times. He put the cloth on and took it
You
off.
placed the sickle when you draped the cloth. And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
Oh, now he's going insane. Okay. We just had to wait a little bit. What?
It's correct. Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now.
It's not wasted, I don't think.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma.
Maybe.
But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
You still don't understand?
I understand
killed
perfectly
Tenko,
fine.
that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
No, he killed Angie as well. Oh, that's right. What happened to your votes if there are two blackened candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue.
You killed Angie too.
Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
Mm-hmm.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
You would have figured out a way.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
I was so excited for this class trial to be over too.
Figured that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly.
We are.
There is a non-zero possibility that Kiyo is telling the truth.
Is it a non-zero possibility?
I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
The ultimate robot can.
Of course I understand. I work really hard to understand.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
It's not voting time yet, hun.
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Which was you.
Isn't Kiyo culprit?
Yes.
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
But you killed Angie too, so it's fine.
You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
It always
Next
has
to
juicy
that,
plot twists.
Any way you look at this case, Kiyo is obviously the culprit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
The culprit's one of you! Wowee! This argument is getting intense! At times like this...
Debate scrum.
is proud to present...
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Of course you have.
Why were you waiting for it?
Kiyo confessed to killing Tenko, but insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kiyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. I have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. Split opinion. It's a debate scrum. Okay, this animation's boring though now. This is the third time we're doing it. And they're still gonna put Rantaro at the bottom of the spiral, which makes me sad. Vote for Korekiyo, question mark?
Kiyo killed Tenko and Angie!
This
Kiyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
I've got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in
Kiyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kiyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kiyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
I've got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
I missed one, so I'll have to go back and do it.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
When we aren't consistent, our position looks weak. We have to work together. If we vote now, we'll never know the truth. We have to defend that point.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research.
I've got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in
Kyo! Anyone could have entered lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko.
Kokichi! Perhaps?
There's a second blackened we need to find.
Planning to use the new rule.
Kyo!
Not
Possible. That rule was added after both murders.
Solve the mystery of.
I've got this! Not
Yeah,
yet.
there's still another mystery to solve.
Wait, the mystery to solve. Crouch binding?
This is our answer!
Nice. We did it.
It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Yeah,
Well,
what kind of mystery?
Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene.
And that
I
is...
believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Oh? Yes, the outlying piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene. Oh, the blood. The blood that was dry and there was no reason for it.
This is it! The blood stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation.
Oh my god.
It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Are you insinuating that Kyo tested out this murder device with Angie? And that's how he knew it would work? Oh my god.
Is that Tenko's blood?
No.
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it. But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
The bloodstain under the floorboard was dry because it happened before the seance. It wasn't there during, like, it wasn't a part of our issue.
The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Holy shit.
Before the seance?
Yeah. That should make it clear whose blood it was. It was Angie's blood.
That's it! That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
No, we were never given that
Just because
information.
we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
We were told she was found there. We weren't told she was killed there.
I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab.
I bet the way that he lured her out was when he was like cutting the floorboards. She heard it and got concerned. So she came to check out what was going on.
But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
Not waited.
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well,
Yeah, they
I
probably
thought that
weren't
was more
accounting for
likely
her.
from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
She would have heard the floors being tampered with.
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
Yeah.
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now, too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Yeah, Korekiyo is. Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or... It's true, for once.
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead!
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
Oh shit, she needed to catch something. She needed to catch the Necronomicon on fire and burn it. I forgot about that.
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
So she could burn the Necronomicon.
Yeah, for kinky wax play.
No, the Necronomicon.
No, Angie was going to use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead,
you had to burn the book. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
Yeah, probably.
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
That makes sense.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
Her ears look weird.
That's why there was dried blood underfloor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held.
Oh shit.
Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room.
Watch them say that it was Ottawa that guided them there.
No one would have discovered Angie's blood stain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be Atua's will.
God damn it, I knew it.
Maybe the power of magic.
I knew they'd blame it on God.
I just picked one.
Say it was God.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already.
We did.
You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab?
Uh-huh.
Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab?
She still bled out.
It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
That's gonna expose my lie.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room.
And she bled out.
She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence of that. Oh, she got thunked in the head. The forehead injury.
This is it!
She got, like, whacked in the head.
Cut to the back of her neck from the katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
Okay, I see where this is going.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now.
Kind of.
Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
Uh-huh.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about?
We're all talking about how you're the murderer.
Clear. What is all clear.
Oh, he is going insane. I'm so excited for this.
What are you? All clear?
I want to see the the change in his sprite.
What are you all? You what? What are? I will not fear. I will not back down.
That's not a full sentence, Korekiyo.
Korekiyo, calm yourself.
What?
Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
What the fuck? What? I feel the same way.
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
What the hell are you
So that's
mumbling
why-
about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
So that's why he's wearing the mask.
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all. It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog!
It's really not there.
Nothing is clear at all!
Okay, Korekiyo, calm yourself. So the only new
Angie
thing
was
is the bloody
attacked in
duct
the
tape.
empty room first. And then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
Yeah.
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story.
And there was the
After
duct
she was
tape under
struck
her.
in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell?
Yeah,
The
'cause there
hallway
was
and
duct
empty
tape over
room
it.
had no bloodstains.
Yeah. Okay,
I
shut
was
the fuck
wrong.
up. Shut the fuck up.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wiped them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
God damn it, I missed it. Hold on. I accidentally
You say
got rid
the
of it.
culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single
really
drop
sucking
of
it
blood
up.
fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wiped them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
I'll cut through your
There
words.
was, though.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
Uh-huh.
What?
It had her hair on it. It was from her forehead.
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It's because it was under the body.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen
Hell
as
yeah.
the fatal blow was dealt and ended up under her body.
I don't like that all the red X's are different.
Must have been Atua who did that for us.
No, stop.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Atua's a made-up
Now
god.
we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Korekiyo. Come here, motherfucker.
It has to be you. It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
He sure did.
What the fuck? So it's true!
Yep.
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
This one was kind of obvious.
You killed both of them.
Uh-huh.
Why? Why did you kill them?
Because he could.
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
But Angie wasn't
Why?
accounted for.
Why you kill them both?
He wanted to
I
kill
think
somebody in
one
the
of the
seance.
murders was an accident.
Yeah, which was Angie.
An accident?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
He wanted to set up for the seance,
Huh?
but Angie
Which one?
found him. The murder that was an accident was Angie Yunaga.
That's it. Angie's murder was an accident.
Uh-huh.
What? Tenko wasn't accident?
No, she was the one that was planned.
That's right. Kiyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick.
And was planning it out
But
really
while he was
thoroughly.
making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in. So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
Mm-hmm.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Unfortunate circumstance.
He should have just stopped there.
But
He killed
why would
Angie.
he?
There was no reason for him to kill Tenko.
But that's the one that he had planned. He
only
wasn't going to
needed
let his
kill
plan
one
go
for
to
this
waste.
game. Killing 2 is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kiyo? Why you kill 2 of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit. So, why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekiyo.
What the fuck?
Yes. You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right.
He does have a
Yeah.
lot of female
You're
influence in his character.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Like a split personality.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter.
If this is how they're
I've never
portraying DID,
acknowledged your
it's really
allegations.
horrible.
Not a single one of them. For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie.
Yes, there is. We already discussed it.
No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses.
Okay.
Well said. Good job, Korekiyo. Yes, thanks.
Creeps me the fuck out!
I really hope that they're not trying to play the DID end of things. No evidence, there's no evidence that he killed Angie, except there
wrong.
is.
There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room.
The floorboard.
That weapon tells us the whole story, Kiyo.
God damn it. Why are you like this?
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize.
No, I won't.
Apologize. 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 Come on. Apologize. 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 Apologize.
No? I don't think so.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
I have no idea what's happening with Kiyo. But I know what weapon he used on Angie. I have to prove it to him. Argument armament?
I have
Shit.
nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong.
I'm not, though. I'm not wrong.
Yes, I'm not the culprit.
You are.
So I have nothing to confess.
You have a lot to confess, my guy.
Why must you
Ooh, I
force
like
your
that art.
delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Korekiyo. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic.
They aren't delusions.
That's merely a delusion.
Well said, Korekiyo. To continue... I told you I am not the culprit.
You
so
are,
why are
though.
you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Korekiyo speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you
Oh God,
I
this
am
is
not
so-
the culprit.
This is so
why are you looking at
confusing
me like that?
with two voices.
You're all wrong, not me. Korekiyo speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize.
Error? Why was there errors?
Apologize. Apologize.
Oh my God, I can't see the timing on the error pieces.
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Korekiyo speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Ooh, that art's pretty good too.
You have no proof that Korekiyo is the killer.
Floorboard removed.
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that?
Wait, wasn't that the final?
You have no proof that Korekiyo is the killer.
Floorboard removed.
I told you I am not the
Oh.
culprit. So why
I'm
are
doing
you
it
looking at
backwards.
me like that? You're all wrong. Not...
I was doing it backward. It's removed floorboard.
You
My
have
bad.
no proof that Korekiyo is the
Removed
killer.
floorboard.
It ends here!
I was saying the same thing, but I was saying it wrong. Oh? Why was he naked?
Kyo hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
Well, okay, so with that art, it is confirmed that Kyo is a man, which means that the female is an alter. However, I despise this depiction of dissociative identity disorder. It's wrong, it's not accurate, and I hate it. Anyways, let's continue.
There was a small patch of dried blood on the underside of the floorboard.
There sure
Angie's
was.
blood?
Uh-huh. We already said that, yeah.
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board.
And then it dripped down onto the
But
floor.
that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard.
There's also the injury to her forehead.
There's also the bloodstain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
That's true.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
Okay.
How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
Because nobody else would have known it was there. Jesus, do you have to be so loud?
I believe that while Kyo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
And he cold-cocked her with the floorboard.
all you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
So it's true. This is the truth.
Now all you have to do is put it together in a comic book.
Looks like we're almost at the end.
God, only 3
All right,
hours in.
Shuichi, I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Okay.
Shuichi, please, put an end to this.
I'll try.
For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I'll do my
I
darndest.
understand. I'll go over everything one more time. Kyo, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Closing argument. Okay, what do we have? We have the path made with salt. Remove floorboard. Sliding lock. Cut crosspiece under the floor. Okay, that goes there. What weapon knocked Angie unconscious? That would be the floorboard. What was compressing the injury on Angie's head while she was carried? That's the duct tape. What weapon killed Angie? That's the katana. Whose effigy was stabbed with the katana? That's Kaede. Do we have a Kaede piece? No, we don't. Okay, we'll have to skip that one. The handle of the spinning katana hit the sliding lock. When Angie's body was found, who unlocked the door? That was Kokichi. Do we have Kokichi? No. So next one. What object did Tenko rest her forehead on during the seance? That was the small stone. I don't like that the heart's blinking down at the bottom, because that means I just did a bad job this time. What weapon did the culprit set up on the iron cage? That's the sickle. I don't have the sickle yet. Who besides Kokichi was responsible for extinguishing the candles? Me. Footsteps. Oh, I do have the sickle. Okay. So me. Shuichi. How was the culprit able to move around in the darkness? Assault. When did the culprit approach the cage? That was... Was that this? It was the stomp on the floorboard. How did the magic circle get erased? Footsteps. A lot of them. Okay, so back. When Angie's body was found, who unlocked the door? That was Kokichi. That was lucky that that one was it. And then this, the effigy, that has to be this one. That's the last one I have.
This is the truth of the case!
Okay.
Let's look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor.
Gotcha.
The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned.
Because he was so pressed about the seance.
To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse.
Okay.
They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms.
Gotcha.
However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened.
Angie walked in.
Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick.
Because if she had seen it and then been in the trial,
might have just given up, but not our culprit.
Then she would have told us who it was.
The culprit took the floorboard they loosened, and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head.
That makes sense. And then the blood dripped down.
The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise.
And killed somebody else.
They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab.
You know, if only Angie wasn't so annoying. Like, she was a cute character, could have been a really interesting character.
While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end.
But then she was just fucking annoying.
But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick.
That was crucial evidence. And now on to Tenko's murder, right? No,
Carrying
not
the
yet.
supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab.
Right, wasn't Mikan's reason so stupid? No, this one seems actually pretty interesting reason-wise. It seems like Korekiyo was planning the seance murder. Like, that's what he knew he wanted to happen. And then Angie walked in and suddenly was like, oh shit, she can't see this. So that seems like a better reason than Mikan's, honestly. But even then, it's kind of the same reason.
They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her.
Now that I think about it, actually, it's the exact same reason. So I guess it is equally stupid. You know.
Then,
I mean, that's true.
To further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down.
Kind of makes me wonder, with Mikan's, like, she wanted to be with her dead beloved, which was, you know, revealed to be Junko. I wonder how they're going to tie Junko into this game. Based on, like, just things that Monokuma has said so far, it seems like this game is set solidly after Danganronpa 1 and 2. But most importantly, after 1, which means that Junko is dead. So I wonder how they're going to tie Junko into this. Because she's always a part of the whole thing.
There were 2 reasons for this. To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere. And the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance.
Although I'm fairly certain that Korekiyo's reasoning for doing this murder was literally because he wanted to do the seance. But in the Danganronpa 3 anime, like how everyone except Chiaki became ultimate despairs. Yeah, I did kind of see that. I was watching a video that like explained the timeline of what's going on. I didn't spoil this game for myself, so I stopped myself before V3 came in. But it explained like all of Chiaki and everything, and I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know that all that happened with Chiaki. Kind of makes sense how she was so different the entire game.
And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door.
And then it just spun. Ooh, fast.
Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it.
Between Mondo, Peko, or Karumi. That's true.
The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door.
I would definitely say Mondo or
difficult
Peko.
trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times.
I guess I would say it's between Mondo and Peko. Even then, I'd say the sadder reason would probably be Peko. Because like Mondo, he could have just not killed somebody, you know? Like, if somebody was coming to him actively wanting to help, looking at him at much how he looked at his brother, he could have just not killed. Karumi, I'm not sympathetic towards politicians. And Peko actually had a sadder reason, I think. I think her reason's pretty darn sad.
Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late.
Yeah, he was trying to keep his promise to his brother. But his brother was already dead. Like, he knew that at that time. And I don't know. I guess where it just becomes kind of a conflict for me is the fact that he was like so sympathetic towards the fact that Chihiro was like looking up to him much in the way he looked up to his brother. So I feel like that would just override his promise he made to his brother, in my opinion, but I don't know. Yeah, that's what I think the horrible event is. It's either that or the ultimate hunt, but I think they go hand in hand.
The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then,
I keep forgetting the name
morning,
for the event.
We opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder.
Not necessarily one more murder. They wanted to do the murder they originally set up.
To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned it yet in the game, the ultimate most tragic event in human history or whatever. But like we know for a fact it happened, and like in the canonical timeline it happened like pretty early in the series, and if this is being set after Danganronpa 1 and 2 by Monokuma, then like it already happened. I don't know when the ultimate hunt was. That's like a new piece of lore that's coming from this game, so I don't know if it's like tied to the tragedy or if it was like a thing that happened after the tragedy, but I guess we'll learn that in like the game, you know, since it's the game's lore.
Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance.
Just by
I was
pure
invited by
coincidence.
Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko.
There was a memorial thing.
A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard.
I forgot about that. God, I can't wait to
Tenko,
learn more about
at
it.
the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko in the middle of the magic circle.
This whole thing really relies on
The culprit then volunteered
Tenko,
to drape the white cloth over the iron cage.
following
We
directions and
didn't
staying
realize it
quiet.
at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko.
Is Korekiyo down the corner here? Is he just like full on just in the corner, and like not even ominous, just absolutely meditating?
While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle.
I'm noticing with this murder in particular, they're really falling a lot on like patterns set up in previous games. Because this is where I got that Monokuma made this like canonically after Danganronpa 1 and 2, because he specifically mentioned how like certain things sounded a lot like something that happened before, and it was the glow-in-the-dark paint that ended up killing the ultimate imposter. And I forget what the other one was, but there was something else from Danganronpa 1 that he referred to.
Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place.
To make sure it stayed there.
After the preparations were complete, we began the seance.
Yeah, I feel like the first game did a really...
In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Cage Child song.
I feel like the first game had the better double murder setup, because the second game and third game used this exact setup where it's like the same murderer for both.
The soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium.
Whereas like in the first game it was 2 separate murderers, but one of them was manipulated by the other.
But our culprit had another plan: to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko.
I don't like how like oddly buff they make this like gray silhouette person out to be. The only person in this like group who is buff is Gonta. Tenko was, but she's dead. But like Kiyo, he doesn't look like that. He's just a skinty boy.
It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide.
The salt.
They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage. She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it.
No, y'all were blind.
After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner. Finished the ritual and had us light the candles.
And that's when we found the body.
Directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body.
That's why he was so insistent that everything was taken off as it was put on. I wrote it off earlier as just being something that's done with like seances and stuff like that, because you have to close the ceremony exactly how you open it. Like that's actually a thing. But that's why he was so insistent on it, because the murder weapon was underneath the white sheet, which he put on, so he had to take it off. Oh, that's smart.
And while we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us.
By destroying the
culprit
circle.
had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However,
Well, that's a creepy arm.
the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekiyo Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
Oh my god, you're right. Because, like, yeah, the Teru used the portable stove, but nothing could have been used under the floorboards in this case, or else we would have seen. But with the Mikon case, like, she insisted that Ibuki hung herself. Just like how Korekiyo, in this case, insisted that Tenko killed herself in this cage. Because she was the only one who would have been able to, like, get in the cage and hurt herself. Oh my god. Holy shit, the tiebacks. Yeah, I like that the culprit model is
That's where my detective work leads us. It all fits.
That the culprit model just has, like, one thing that's tied to each of the culprits. It's like the first culprit model had the backpack of Kaede. The second one had Kirumi's gloves, and this one had his eyes. I like that small detail. Don't die, my guy.
Sweet Korekiyo. There are times when it's necessary to admit defeat.
I still don't understand this.
Admit?
Technically,
Yeah.
you don't gotta admit shit.
Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yes. Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
Why 100 specifically?
100 friends?
That's an oddly specific number.
It was my dream to make 100 friends.
Again, an oddly specific number.
It's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100!
No, you weren't. You were at 16.
What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already!
Roger that! One voting time!
God damn it, Mew.
The heart racing excitement as...
Are they ignoring him now?
The heart racing excitement!
As the blackened and the spotless finally face off!
Oh my god.
It's voting time!
It sure is. Poor Monodam. Time to select Kyo. Where's he at? There he be. I'm sad that Mew cut him off, so we won't get an a reasoning behind like the 100 friends.
It seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
Damn, you're right. Kurumi was called out by Mew first. I don't want to acknowledge that because I'm not a fan of Mew's character anymore, but she was. Interesting. Mew's smarter than she's letting on. It's almost like we all voted for Korekiyo. Did Korekiyo vote for himself? Oh my god, he did. Kyo really won. Yeah, I guess it's me.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened?
I wonder.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
It's almost like it's a unanimous decision. You're right. Monosuke really slipped up with that. Oh, and there's only 3 cubs left. Oh, another cub's gonna die this time. I wonder who it'll be. Monodam is the one who killed the other 2 cubs. So I don't know if he's gonna be the one to die or if he's gonna kill somebody else. I really sucked it up this round. Holy shit. But I got more coins than last time. So that's fine. Now explain yourself. Seriously? You're correct again?
Absolutely right!
Amazing. This is the 3rd correct verdict in a row. It's almost like that's the point of the game.
All right!
If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you'll proceed to the bonus round. It's not possible to have 12 correct verdicts in a row. I hope it's the pink one. I do think Monofanny is like the one that really stands out as different. So, maybe. How's this gonna last that long? It's not.
For now.
It's finally over.
No.
Not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Kiyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right!
Yeah, he no need to kill them both, no matter what motive he have.
Oh?
That would only be possible if there were at least 24 people. And with the pattern of having survivors and also having at least 1 double murder, it would have to be like a minimum of 28 people in here. Motive. Did your motives have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? I thought we discussed the fact that it didn't actually happen. Even if it did, though, how did that trigger a murder?
Hey!
Don't tell me. Were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito?
Shut up!
I never said I was scared. The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Because we're friends, I'll tell you, I never once believed in the ritual. I wouldn't expect you to, Kiyo. You study cultures. You know that's not a thing. I would never kill somebody over such a silly thing as that.
What?
So it has nothing to do with the motive?
Yeah?
Then why?
Yes.
Same! I hate Kokichi so much too. He reminds me a lot of Komeda, but more childish. And I liked Komeda, but I don't like the more childish. For the one that I love...
There is
oh fuck, it's the exact... Holy shit. It is the exact same motive as last time. The exact same motive as Mikon. From the bottom of my heart, someone so dear, someone I long for. Oh my god.
I love her with all my heart.
It's literally
She
you,
loves
my
me
guy.
With all her heart. Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other. Forever, none can come between us. We are bound by an intense love.
It's literally you.
No
What do you
matter
mean?
What anyone says.
What?
Bragging about your perfect love life? Fuck you. Some of us aren't that lucky. We know you're not that lucky, Mew. So to see this lover of yours, you had to escape.
Don't tell me.
That's why you killed Angie and Tenko? But why did you need to kill both? If you asked if I did it to escape this place, my answer would be no. Nagito's trap in Chapter 5 made me hate him so much. Oh my god, right? The trap in Chapter 5 was absolutely horrendous. And it, like, totally demolished his character. But before that, he was a pretty cool character.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside. Inside?
Wait!
Don't look at me. I'm not his lover. Nobody was looking at you, Mew.
Yeah.
Nobody. Calm down. Nobody would want a disgusting shit stuff bitch like you anyways. Fucking mood! There has been a 3rd murder. The fact he made Chiaki kill him and tried to get everyone executed. Yeah. Yeah. I did think it fit perfectly within his, like, his ultimate that Chiaki ended up being the one to kill him, though. Like, that was absolutely just pure luck.
Kersploosh!
Kersploosh? What the fuck?
Hey!
Kiyo, who is it? Who's this person you love? It's
Hey.
literally himself. Is it really one of us? No. When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy.
You see.
I mean inside me.
Sister.
Yes, the one I love lives inside me, my dearest sister.
Huh?
Sister?
Wait!
Don't look at me, I'm not a sister. Nobody was looking at you, Mew. I actually cried when Gundam was the culprit in Chapter 4 of the second game. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really like Gundam's character when I was playing through, but then everything that happened with him in that chapter, I was sad too. Like that, he didn't deserve that. Incested my Danganronpa. Yeah, apparently.
Right?
I think based on like what's going on, I have a history in psychology. I used to be a psychology major. I think they're trying to portray dissociative identity disorder, but they're portraying it absolutely horrendously, and I hate how they're doing it.
Wait.
Your sister, but didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is the matter?
It's not that difficult. My sister is my lover. Ugh. Why? Why are you like that? Oh, gross.
I loved her so deeply. And she loved me so deeply.
This really is just incest.
The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us.
It should have meant something.
They called it forbidden love. But none could stop the love we shared.
It should have stayed forbidden.
Oh, how I long for my sister's warmth.
Gross.
The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
For my beloved sister.
That's why I had to...
Always messing around.
You had to escape from here, right?
No.
No, I had to kill for her.
Huh?
Okay, this is slightly different. Like, Mikon needed to get out for her lover. Korekiyo is very much like, oh no, I didn't need to escape because she's literally in my brain. I just need to kill somebody.
Sister.
Was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely.
However...
Even if I could be her little brother and her lover, I couldn't be her friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dear deceased sister.
Huh?
Deceased?
Do you understand?
My sister is now a ghost, so her friends should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister!
For sister's sake, I've killed many to send her 100 friends. Oh. How many people has he killed? They were all wonderful people, worthy of being sister's friends.
Huh? Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible. I wonder how many people he killed. I wonder what his kill streak is.
Sister.
Sister is very happy.
Yes.
Yes, Korekiyo, I am very happy. Thanks to you, I am not lonely.
What?
Could it be that the lipstick version of Kiyo is...
I am Korekiyo's older sister.
Thank you for looking after my little brother.
What?
Yes.
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught I nearly went mad. But sister came to save me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korekiyo.
That's wonderful, Korekiyo. Your love made the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
Is this really a spirit?
I told you.
He's just delusional. Delusional is a strong word, Maki. What a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love.
Ew.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick.
Well, you know.
You said you killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the two you killed here?
What was that?
I want to know his kill streak. What's his kill streak? Seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Because?
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
Unacceptable.
Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sisters' friends.
Huh?
That's why he was so insistent that it was a girl who was the medium. I see, so when we were deciding who should be the medium, Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl. You said it would work best with a girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Maki and Mew, they were all worthy. Thank God for Maki. But then Mew's probably there like, why am I not worthy? He's the opposite of Genocide Jill. He really is. Because Genocide Jill killed boys she liked. And he's killing girls that would be good friends with his sister. All worthy.
Why you?
Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care.
Then...
The second victim could have been me? Tenko died in place of me? Yes, she did. Because Himiko was supposed to be the medium. Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her a perfect friend for sister.
Wonderful.
She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko.
Huh?
Infiltrate? Really?
But...
Oh, go and tell you poor innocent boy. But how did you... It was obvious to me. I have studied many people.
Can this be?
She stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko. Okay, we're getting really close to the execution, and I have learned from last time, and that is that I need to turn the music up. And then I can just turn it down over here so it's not like super overpowering. Okay. That way we can actually hear the execution when it's happening. That creepy smirk is absolutely freaky from Kokichi. Though I was planning on having you become sister's friend too, eventually.
No way!
You did all that for... Wow, you did all that just to kill. For you to go that far, that's pretty impressive. You were interested in the caged child just so you could use it to kill someone, right?
Let's see.
It interests me as an anthropologist, of course, but more than that.
For my beloved sister.
I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
Are you okay?
Kaido, are you okay? You look kind of pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kiyo right now. Allow me to explain, though. I did not plan to kill them both. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place. Yeah, I was thinking, like, earlier when this whole thing happened, there were two killers. Technically... Oh my god, that I hate Kokichi's face. Technically, there's no rule against having two blackened. Well, two murderers. Only one blackened, but two murderers. And there's no rule against how many people you can kill. Unlike the first two games, which really threw me off. Because as soon as they were like, oh, well, it could be two different killers, I was like, no, not possible. That's not allowed. That's not a rule. Like, that's against the rule. But technically it's not. So, but Angie walked in on me preparing and I ended up killing her in a different way. So I figured I may as well kill someone else too. After all, it would be a shame to just waste the seance trick I prepared.
What is that?
You're talking like you killed her just because you could. No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to sister.
Korekiyo.
You're such a thoughtful little brother. But it was bad to get greedy.
Oh dear.
You're right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Korekiyo's crime. I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand. Get up to date, Kibo. you're right, there was 2 culprits technically with the last game, but I don't know. I guess it never really felt that way because one of them was already dead.
Why?
That right? Killing 2 friends for your dead sister?
But how?
That wrong. That's so wrong. Don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after Sister's death.
Do not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
Even though I'm a ghost now, I am always by Korekiyo's side.
Sister.
Oh god. Oh my god, the incest. Cut it out already.
What was that?
I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing's making sense. It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tenko have to die for something so unfair?
Well...
Because death is unfair. It really is, though. All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think news stations are getting such high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game. Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it. If people were watching this? Ooh, he's giving away big secrets. This just like added this line right, not this line showing, but the line before this is absolutely adding fuel to the Kokichi is Komeda theory. I have a feeling that Kokichi is like the stand-in for Komeda in this game, and that he's the one working with the mastermind, like he's the one working with Monokuma. Which is how he would know it's being broadcast. If it's still being broadcast. We don't know if it is, because technically the last game wasn't broadcast. So.
Shut up!
Knock off the bullshit. Only sick fucks would enjoy watching this.
You got me.
Well, the world is full of sick fucks. Hell yeah. If I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching. You are a sick fuck.
So then,
the nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
sister.
I think I shall go now and see her. My beloved sister.
Sister.
I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again.
Korekiyo.
It's alright, sweet Korekiyo. Come to me.
Oh.
Looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started.
It's punishment time!
Oh, it's time. Punishment time.
Sister.
My beloved sister, at long last, I finally get to see you again.
That's right.
Yes, from now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others.
What?
I can't accept this.
Therefore,
Like I said, there's no such thing as a death that can be accepted.
from an anthropological point of view,
Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease?
yes.
The living must find a reason, however forced, to accept death when it happens. How you come to terms with death also determines how you live, yes?
What was that?
That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
It's time.
I shall observe.
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you.
That's right.
It won't be just me and Korekiyo. All those who died will be watching. I'll be watching to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity is beautiful.
I'll be watching forever and ever.
It's punishment time!
Oh, it's time. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Oh!
Oh? Cultural Melting Pot. Nice, that's a good title. He's spinning like he spun Kaede's effigy. Monodam. Oh my god, Monodam is the one that's dying. They really said fuck your soul. Oh my god, they really said fuck your soul. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Now I can turn the volume down again. It's this one. Because the music in this game is just too damn loud. Okay. What? No, Monodam, why?
How can this be?
What the? To think my cute child would commit suicide.
Yay!
It's so cute. It's so freaking cute that he would kill himself because he couldn't get along. Monodam committed suicide. Had I known this would happen, I would have been nicer to him. The only reason Monodam was obsessed over getting along was because everyone but me bullied him.
That's right.
Yes, the other Mono Cubs drove him to suicide, but not me. Wow, blame shifting.
Hey.
Who's Monodam? What the fuck? He's your cousin. Or not cousin, your brother. You already forgot? That's kind of scary.
Well now.
Looks like another class trial is wrapped up without incident, so... I'm gonna take back this here Necronomicon. Seems like a waste, though. You guys sure you don't want to use it? You guys should have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster. We should have brought back Rantaro.
You?
Shut up. How long are you gonna keep talking about that?
I told you.
Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie. He's just trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic.
What's the point?
I'm assuming you'll think of another murder? Or, I'm assuming you think another murder will happen if you do that, right? Who can say? What a waste. If none of you were gonna use it, you should have let me have it. I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings. Please say Mono Kid. Well, I don't know. They were all pretty terrible, actually. Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it's just the two of us this whole time.
Oh yeah.
It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me. Too bad. Well then.
Farewell.
And they're gone. Even now, he still talks about raising the dead.
Always messing around.
This is stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead.
Of course.
The living are more precious than the dead, no matter what. That's not something a coward like you should say. I agree with that. He is a coward. Just shut up. Leave me alone.
But...
There's one thing that this case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but there isn't one after all, not in this academy. You right.
You're right.
Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have.
Going to do his best.
To keep everyone safe. Gonta wanna protect everyone. But your talent is entomology. Don't knock his bugs. He and his bugs will keep us so safe. I don't want Shuichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class trials.
You're right.
You're right. Your talent as an assassin is way more trouble. When are you gonna use that, huh? I don't think she is gonna use it. She's kind of like really filling the Kyoko hole that we've had this entire game. Like, I thought originally the Kyoko role was going to be filled by Shuichi with Kaede. However, Kaede was taken out of the picture. So now Shuichi's the main character. Now we have that Kyoko hole that needed filled. And Maki fills that hole perfectly.
Okay.
I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent.
That's right.
It may not be possible now, but I'll put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone. I see. I wonder how long that'll last. What if your true calling as a killer shows? Don't underestimate her. Maki Roll is one of my sidekicks.
Got a minute?
I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Maki Roll?
Oh.
You guys are so close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. Wouldn't you like to know, Dictator Boy? But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially not after losing 7 people. You're right, only 9 people left now. Well, what do you know? The dumbass can do basic. Don't call him a dumbass. You be nice to Gonta. Gonta did nothing wrong. That's right, 7 pieces of shit have been flushed away and only 9 remain.
Actually...
By that calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces?
But...
Just 9 of us.
Well, you know...
Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count. 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end.
Shit.
That's totally what the heartless robot is thinking, right?
How rude!
No, I am not thinking that. Your blatant robophobia is simply inexcusable. This game has started to bleed into my personal life in that I was at work. I work at Starbucks. I was at work and I looked at one of my friends after a particularly stubborn customer, and I went, wow, they are so robophobic. I'm not a robot. There was no talk of robots. My coworkers don't know what I'm talking about. But it happened.
But you know...
But hey, none of us gave up, right? I know we're all gonna escape. I'm not gonna rely on God, spirits, or the dead.
I believe in you.
Just you guys. I believe in all you.
Okay. Well, of course.
Those of us who remain can start over.
Hey!
Hold up. Keyboy needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing. There's only one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept. Why is Kibo apologizing? Like, why does Kibo have to apologize?
How exciting!
Yank your head off and smash it on the ground with all your strength. Got that? That would be murder, Kokichi. You would be the blackened.
No way!
I have never heard of such an intense form of apology. It seems like everything is settled for now, even though we're missing her.
You alright?
Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta.
Hey!
I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her.
Okay.
I remember how I felt.
Oh.
Gonta understand.
You're so dumb.
Oh my god. Himiko is such a liar. Shut up, Kokichi.
Huh?
Because I'm a liar.
Personally, I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will in the world if the world was compromised with just the truth.
But...
Comprised? Was that the word? Hold on. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will if the world was comprised with just the truth. Okay. I'm just illiterate. But even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself. You know?
Right?
What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit.
Nuh-uh.
I only said this because I thought about it.
Because?
Himiko's been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back.
Hey!
What are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back? What? Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too, and venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. So she was holding back crying. Tenko, Angie, I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely without you two. But I gotta survive. I still can't go where you are. But I'm lonely. I'm so lonely without the both of you. Okay, the crying is annoying. Now everybody's crying. Way to go, Kokichi. Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotions she had bottled up inside. She was. Before we knew it, as if lured by her doing so, we began crying. Oh. The tears we shed, I can't even describe it. We were crying about what we had been through and what was to come. Sadness, hatred, frustration, discord, anger, love, tears filled with emotion. But at the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears to push us forward. Wow, nice speech. After a while, Himiko finally calmed down. However...
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
Aw, Gonta is dad now. Gonta is father figure to all now. Aw.
No, she fine.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
As one does when they repress feelings.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think?
Yeah, I hope so.
Then Gonta carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me?
Don't be gross, Mew.
You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya!
Don't be gross, Mew.
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
Literally, even just looking at this picture, it's like a child and a grown man. Like, that is disgusting. Don't be like that, Mew. While we were headed back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks. Kaito, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to get some night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead.
Huh?
Are you sure?
Well...
Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick. You're worried about me? Yeah, worried about your stupidity. Nice. Still haven't warmed up to me, huh?
But...
Maybe not, but I feel like the walls we had are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps those walls were her enemies. Seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Got it.
Yeah, because of me. Sure.
Okay.
Because of you. Yeah, maybe, but you sound like you're bragging, Kaito. But like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You can go on ahead.
Okay.
Sure, got it. See you tomorrow. This doesn't bode well.
Got it.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. That doesn't bode well. He's up to something sneaky sneaky. After saying our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito. Cough? Cough, cough. What the fuck?
Damn it. I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet.
What the fuck?
Damn it. No way am I gonna die here.
It sounds like you are.
No way.
What the fuck is going on? Well, that's chapter 3 done. That's 3 more people dead. It seems like the right side of the board here is doing remarkably well. The left side, gone, demolished. I got Korekiyo's mask. Okay. Well, in this case, we are going to not throw on country again, because I'm kind of tired of country music at the moment. Didn't really want it in the first place. There? Is that? I think that's a good level. Okay. Chapter 3's done. Chapter 3 has concluded. That was intense. It was exactly who I thought it would be. I just knew this one was Kiyo. I don't know why I knew it was Kiyo, but I knew it was Kiyo. I did not get the murder, like, the way that it was done correct. That's my bad. I wasn't able to piece together how they were done, but I knew who did them, and I knew what evidence led to them doing it. Other than that, what the fuck's going on with Kaido? I'm kind of scared about him throwing up blood or coughing up blood. That's new. I can't remember a time when there was a character that we explicitly knew was sick like this. So I can't wait to see what happens with him. Next stream is gonna be Friday. We're gonna be starting chapter 4, and I'll be able to get all the way through the murder. Assuming there is another murder. There should be, but I guess I don't know for sure yet. I don't know how many survivors are going to be in this game, so I don't know how many more class trials we'll have. So we are getting close to the end, I'm assuming. I am 23 hours into this game, so it's been a while. Which means we are definitely getting close for sure. But that was intense. Even knowing as much as I did, there was still a lot that I was blindsided by, which I'm not exactly opposed to. I like that kind of stuff. But yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say. I'm still kind of mind blown over everything that happened. This class trial, out of all the class trials so far, is the one that I was the most disgusted by, though. Just by what was said during the trial. From Mew, Mew absolutely disgusted me this chapter. And I actually really liked her character before then. I related to Kiyo the most this chapter, which really sucks because now he's dead. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining me on this trial, and I will see you guys Friday when I start chapter 4. Stay safe, you guys.